Hello and welcome to my channel. I am going to talk to you about my story of how I quit drinking and removing it from my life. I don't have any crazy stories of serious problems or situations. I really didn't have a drinking problem or an issue. It was just something that slowly started to disrupt my world and my healing journey. In 2019, I made a big change in my life and I started to really embark in a healing journey. I started to do meditation. I'd go to meditation circles. I incorporated energy healing. I got Reiki. I started seeing holistic practitioners as well as counselors. And it was really a time for me to look within, to heal a lot of things that I was going through with my external world and also my internal world. And the crazy thing about this journey is if you would have talked to 2019 Kristen, I would have never thought in a million years that I would be doing an episode on YouTube talking about how I don't drink alcohol because it was fun. It was something that we all do. It's like on the weekend, you meet up with your friends, have some drinks, go for dinner, have a drink. It's the societal norm. It's what people do. And it's not that everybody does it, but growing up as kids, you go out on the weekend, you look forward to it. And I was absolutely that girl. I loved to get dressed up. I loved to go out and have a few drinks. And I was the girl that was like, come on, have a drink, have a shot. Come on, you have to. Like, if somebody wasn't drinking, I was the one to be like, what? Like, why? Let's have fun. And I was just like the life of the party. And I would be up on the dance floor, encouraging everybody else to just break out into dancing and to just party the night away or day. So for me to be here today in 2025 talking about this is pretty awesome. It's like the old version of me versus the me that is here today. So anyway, embarking on that journey, I literally would go to meditation circles, healing circles, the Reiki, my appointments, I would go downtown and then it would be like the appointment was done and then I would go and meet my friend for lunch. We'd have a drink. I remember Cactus Club. I'd have a spicy jalapeno margarita with the salt rim on the top with extra salt, extra spicy. Like they even knew because they would give me a little package to go of the spice because then if I was going to have it on the weekend, and I wanted that salt rim because it was delicious. So, anyways, throughout the journey of drinking and having fun, it was never something that was a problem. It wasn't like I couldn't stop. I would continue with my day-to-day life and working out, eating healthy. That was it. And as I started evolving more and more and doing the spiritual work and the inner work, it started to really affect me because what I hadn't shared is when I would drink the next day, I would be extremely hungover. I would be throwing up. I'd then want to eat the greasy, disgusting, nasty foods. I'd be sleeping in. And it was like ever since I had first started drinking, this was a pattern. My body was rejecting it. And I wasn't one of those people that could go out and the next day function and be like, "Oh, I can go to work. I'm fine." I would be sick. So anyways, as time went on, I'm like really noticing how I was feeling and I started to pay attention and I was like, my body's not liking this. It takes me multiple days just to come back to feeling good again. And it's like we can feel so good. I'm like doing all this healing and these meditations and working out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel incredible. And then I would go and have drinks, and then it would be like a low. Alcohol's a massive depressant. And not only, if you look at the ingredients, it's a carcinogenic, it affects our brain long term down the road. There's like dementia, there's cancer, there's all these things that are linked to drinking. And it's not even like nowadays, now because we know what is in this, what is in alcohol, now we know and we're aware. So it's like, how can we consciously be putting this in our bodies and being okay with it? So anyway, throughout my time, I just started paying attention, and I was just getting sicker and sicker. And I had some moments where I'd had too much, and it was like my body, I wasn't even able to function properly. So I came to this conclusion. It was in 2020 of September. It was after my birthday. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, this just isn't serving me any longer. And I'm like, I'm just going to try. I'm just going to take a break. And I left it alone. And every day that I stopped drinking and I wouldn't go to it, I had to sit with feelings. And it was like, your friends are still going to be drinking. Your environments, when you go out to a restaurant, when you go back to the Cactus Club, when you go to these certain places, memories, it's like it's familiar, and it's the cycle, it's a habit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to break this. And so for the beginning, what I would do is I wouldn't go and do those things, because if I was tempted or I didn't feel strong enough, I wouldn't put myself in that environment, especially at the beginning. So later on, I just would lean into the spiritual realm and then hang around the people that were also not drinking, because it's a lot easier. And then what I would do is I would take it only one day at a time. And I was like, okay, Kristen, today you're going to wake up and you're going to have these healthy foods, do your juicing, do your routine. And I just completely leaned into the, like I said, like-minded individuals. And then it just got easier. And day to day, it was like, okay, today I'm going to choose to not drink. Today I'm going to choose that my well-being and my health is going to be far more important than having that drink. And then what I had to also look at was, this one drink is going to go into my body. I'm going to feel a type of way, and then it's going to alter my state. I'm going to feel it. It's going to last for a little bit of time. And then I started to even look at the person that I was becoming and who I was under the influence of alcohol. You get louder. Maybe you say things because you have more liquid courage. Maybe you act differently. Maybe it isn't a positive. And then the more that I was reflecting on how I was, or like the best test, you guys, is get somebody to video you. And when you're under that influence, alcohol, it's called a spirit. It is energy. It's coming from an energy exchange. Somebody is making it. This is a substance. There's different things in it. Even if it's wine, even if it's tequila, because that's what I did at the beginning. I was like, I'm going to go with the cleanest thing. And then people are like, it's vodka's the cleanest. Okay, well, then you're going to go to the second best. Oh, I'm going to go to tequila, or I'm going to go to organic wine. And it's like, it doesn't matter. It's all leading to the same thing. It's all liquid poison that is affecting our vessels, and it's affecting us as we age. And it's affecting us when you look at people 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the effects that they had. And some people said to me, they're like, oh, my grandpa swears by, having a shot a day, or, that he drank for this long and he was fine. And I'm like, man, just think about how much better his life could have been without it. And then there's people that, who knows what they could have been like if they would have eliminated it out of their lives. But ultimately, me thinking about my future, and I was thinking like, damn, I watched my grandfather go through dementia and Alzheimer's, and like he drank beer often, and it was out of a aluminum can. And I started to really question everything. Liquor stores on every block or a couple blocks. Like, why is it that everybody celebrates and then they go out for dinner or for lunch and they have a drink? Like, why is that? Why is it so accustomed when we know the that there's no health benefits to it? So as I started looking at it and zooming out and starting to question everything, like, why is it that we go to work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and then we look forward to a weekend, and then we're putting these substances in our bodies? And I think about those times when I was a kid, it's mirroring the same pattern through childhood, through teens. And it's ultimately not growing up because we're looking for the party or the escape or that thing that it's like, oh, 5 o'clock, I'm just going to have that glass of wine to just settle and relax and have that feeling. So when I was questioning those things and really ripping it apart, I started to think differently, and I was like, why can't it be like having a cup of tea or journaling or doing a meditation or jumping into a class? Like, paying for something that's an energetic exchange, that it's going to be life-giving for my body, my vessel, that will serve me for a very long time, and vitamins and minerals. And then I was like, oh my God, the amount of money that I spent, it's like, yep, on the weekend, let's grab a bottle of tequila, let's go make some margaritas, let's go hang out and do that. And it was like, damn, this just isn't resonating with me anymore. So moving forward to now, what do you do when you finally made that decision and you're like, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to remove alcohol out of my life. Maybe you start with one day at a time. And literally, that's what I did. One day at a time, I am choosing today to skip drinking. I'm going to say no. And then it was funny. I started to witness people. They're like, are you sure? Like, what's wrong? Are you okay? Or it was like happening. It was like the reverse of what, like the person that I used to be. I couldn't comprehend somebody choosing to not drink. I was like, what? And then I started to look at them like, oh, well, like they're missing out on the fun. And then now, where I'm on this end, I'm like, no, I was missing out on all of the life-giving tools, all of the mornings to wake up early and get outside in nature to feel good, to get into my workout, or to just to lay in bed actually feeling vivacious and magical and not tired and all the things. And so it's so cool to flip the script. And so when you're in it and you're choosing to remove it from your life, and you're doing one day at a time, and you're choosing to hang out with different people, and then you're choosing yourself and life-giving foods, it does get easier, I promise. And then I would be in the situation, and then I started to test. I'm like, I'm going to go out to the Cactus Club and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to feel the feeling, just like the video before about how to break the cycle and breaking habits. It doesn't have to be alcohol, you guys. It can be marijuana, it can be drugs, it can be toxic relationships, codependency, food, chocolate, caffeine. All of this, I'm basically giving you guys the how to and how I successfully eliminated it. And I just never looked back. That date in September in 2020 was the decision and the choice that I said, I will not be drinking alcohol anymore. I will not even have a sip. And I have 100%, without a doubt, followed through without even a drop or a sip of alcohol. And it feels fantastic to be standing here today, 2025, and to still be standing behind that decision and feeling so good about it. So in those moments, when I'm at that Cactus Club and everybody's ordering their drinks, of course, there was moments where I was like, oh, I'd like to have a drink right now. And then what I had to do is disconnect from the experience and say, is this moment right now, today, worth the drink that I'm going to consume, worth what's going to happen to my body, lowering the vibration, allowing energy to enter into my vessel of a low vibe. And that's why they're called spirits. If you actually watch a person, you'll witness them change. People will wake up the next day not even remembering what they said or did. That's freaking scary. Like, even if you're somebody that drinks and you may not change and alter, if you watch yourself back on a video, I promise you, you will see that it's a different version of you. It's just not you. And so when I would sit there, I would say, okay, is this moment, hour of having a few drinks worth it for what it's doing to my body, for what it's going to take from me in my 80s, time with my grandchildren, maybe the ability to run and walk and have a very healthy mind and body for me to be able to be with it. And how about anti-aging? People spend so much money on potions, lotions, injections, and different things because they're trying to find the fountain of youth. But what you're doing, on the other hand, is the complete reversal of beauty, of anti-aging from youth. Alcohol is the number one ager. It is the number one thing that you're doing to cause wrinkles, your body to shrivel up right next to caffeine, and to bring you into an aging state. And if you want to age quickly, add alcohol into your life. If you want to reverse aging and slow down the aging process, eliminate it. And this, and me talking about this right now, and you drink, know that I'm not judging you. I'm sharing my experience and what I've done that has really helped me and that can help you. And like, take it, try it. And maybe if you're not going to do it forever, how I did it was I just said tomorrow. And then I said, okay, tomorrow is here. Here is today. And my choice is to get through the day without having a sip of alcohol and to choose an alternative and to try something else. And actually, something else that might be helpful for you that has helped others is microdosing. And there's a lot of different forms. It's a very, very minute, minuscule amount that can assist people through that transition. And it is something that is out there. You don't need to do it, but it is an option because sometimes people need that little something to help them, even through depression or other things. Ultimately, just being in your natural state is what I recommend, and it's very attainable to be able to move through it and to feel the feelings. And then I promise you, as you lean into it and you put yourself in hard place, you will get stronger and stronger. And then it will get to the point where, like now, I proudly say, oh no, thank you. And everybody knows when I'm going out, I'm having a hot water with lemon. I even go to restaurants and they already know Kristen wants a hot water with lemon or a nice peppermint tea or something along those lines. And I love it. And when I'm drinking it, it feels good. And you dance. I love to still go to events and I still will. I can put myself in any position and I can have a really good time with nothing, just my natural state and my energy. And you can get there. I promise you. I am the person standing in front of you right now recording this video who would have never been able to, in a million years, thought that I would tell you that I don't drink alcohol. Like, it blows my mind to this day. And you can do it too. I promise you. You feel the feeling. It's what I talk about often in this last video of breaking cycles. You can break the cycle of smoking weed. You can break the cycle of drinking alcohol. You can break the cycle of eating shit foods. you need to just sit with the feeling. So it's going to come up, and everything in your being, you're going to have this voice in your head that's going to say, come on, just do it. Just one. You can have one cheat day. You can have one day a week to just have that drink. You can just go ahead and have one glass of wine tonight. It's fine. No, if you're making a promise to yourself, follow through. Do this one thing once a day, follow through with it, and then you're going to build this incredible amount of trust. It moves beyond willpower. It becomes this thing of like, actually, I'm choosing this not only for my health, but for my kids. I'm breaking cycles. I no longer need to escape because we're facing the shit. We're facing the discomfort. We're facing ourselves and feelings are not bad. Feelings are good. And it's like, sitting alone and going, okay, what do I need to feel and deal with instead of reach for this false moment of distraction? Because guess what? Tomorrow you're going to wake up, the same situation or problem is going to still be there. And you keep cycling in that to distract over and over again. And you know what? There'll always be tomorrow to try again, but do it. Give yourself this new life, a new beginning. You can absolutely do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. Lean into it. Feel the discomfort. Get quiet. Lean into like-minded communities. Lean into like-minded people. Surround yourself with people that are doing it. You're not alone. That's why you need a group, whether it's a community, a spiritual community, anything, just different. And then also when you're in the fresh new beginning of eliminating it out of your life or this something, you're gonna need to change your routine. So if it's before you go to bed and it's you typically would go and smoke a joint and that is your routine, you need to make a new one. You need to make a cup of tea. You need to throw on a podcast. You need to watch a video like this. You need to read a book. You need to journal. Journal it on a piece of paper. Call out that feeling. Okay, right now, I so desperately want to have this. And this craving is coming in hot, and this craving is getting stronger and stronger. And I just want to have it so badly. Write about it, call it out, call your friend. Do a breathing exercise, something that changes your state. Go and have a shower. Just say, okay, in 5 minutes, if I can get through 5 minutes, and then I'm going to wait 5 more minutes. So 5 minute comes, set a timer. And then in 5 minutes, okay, then maybe I'll go and do it. Maybe it's quitting smoking a cigarette. And then you go, okay, I'm going to wait an hour. I'm going to do something else. Go distract yourself with a movement, throw on a song, dance. There's so many other healthy alternatives than giving in. Okay, I'm feeling all the feelings inside, and I'm going to leave it here because it is a lot. And anytime that we are breaking a cycle, breaking a habit, it's going to take feelings, consistency, persistency, and also, persistency is not a word, but if you know me, I make up words all the time. I make up my own language. So yes, you can do it. Surround yourself with amazing people, coaches, and other people that hold you accountable. Accountability is everything because it's not just you. And then when you're alone and you're like, shit, I am gonna freaking break this. I was gonna say fast, but I'm gonna break this streak that I'm on. Call a friend, reach out, talk to somebody, get some support because you're going to thank yourself. Your future self right now is thanking you. Your brain is thanking you. Your beauty is thanking you. Your heart, your lungs, your vessel. This is your vessel that you chose for this lifetime. And we want you to stay here. And sorry to say it, but believe it or not, the things that we're choosing to do that are not life-giving are slowly bringing us to our exit plan. And we can choose to give ourselves more life force energy, or we can choose to deplete our life force energy and bring the exit plan faster and quicker. So it's your choice. We have free will. We are on Earth School. Everything is a lesson. We're here to learn. And what we do here helps us evolve when we exit this Earth plane. So I always love to share with people that you're not just doing your healing for this moment right now, you're doing it for so much more. You're doing it to overcome, so you don't need to come back and repeat it and repeat these cycles over and over again. And if there's someone in your family line that could not heal from quitting smoking or addiction or alcohol or whatever it was, maybe it was unhealthy eating, you could be the one here to heal your family tree, the lineage who came before you, of what they couldn't heal. And what you heal today, you're healing for your child. And it's so beautiful because I can say what they see, what monkey sees, monkey does. So I want to leave this here with an empowering message that you can do it. And if it's something and this video has found you, sit with it. Maybe explore it. Maybe start observing. How do you feel the next day after you've been drinking? How do you act? Maybe video yourself. Start to just become very aware of who you are and why you do it, and maybe where you could switch it to something else. Okay? Sending you so much love. And if you like the video or you want to share it, do it. Share it. Sharing is caring. And you can hit the like down below and leave a comment. Share it. Maybe it's you're deciding in this moment right now, you have decided that you're going to let go of alcohol. It's something that you've been thinking about for a long time. Write a message underneath and say, this is the date that I've decided to remove alcohol from my life. So much love.